everyone. How are you? I'm back with another rant, right? Isn't that? Well, I guess I'm rambling, not ranting, but today we're going to get a rant. Just saying, so be warned. I was reminded today, um, in a not subtle way, how impatient we can be. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm going to go out. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I think most of us are some degree impatient. I am very impatient. I not sure why. Well, I do know why. I think we're all products of our childhood, and it's something that we've learned. It's not something that I'm particularly proud of. I was far more impatient in my younger years. I'm a little bit more patient now, but I can still be impatient. I'm, waiting for some results from the doctor, and it makes me impatient and anxious, I guess. But impatience, and that impatience turns into, frustration and all of that other stuff. But there's impatient drivers, going to work, either going to work or coming home every day. And I can easily say every day, there's someone on the road that is impatient and trying to get to where they're going in the fastest way possible, and not necessarily in the safest way. I've said before that I can be a little bit of an aggressive driver, but I don't think I'm a dangerous driver, and I'm certainly not. And I get impatient, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to drive unsafely. The parents in the grocery store or Target, standing with the child and saying, it's obvious that they're frustrated. It's like, hurry up, just pick something, pick a toy, let's get out of here, we got to get home, blah 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 blah. I know we've all seen that, and maybe we've all been there. I probably was there with my kids. Again, it's not something I'm proud of, but I own it. That child, it might not affect them right then, but maybe later on, there might be some effect. But it definitely can rob the joy out of what should be a really fun experience. So we see an experience and ourselves are impatient, across the board. But today I was very succinctly, I don't think that's the right word, but whatever. I was reminded about not only patience, but kindness. I was in the grocery store grabbing a few things and went through the self-check line, which I frequently do if I just have a few things. And I had to stand in line because there were already 4 people at the self-checkout. And at the time, I didn't really notice, but when the person behind me started making comments, I looked up and there were people, seniors. Well, I mean, I'm a senior, but they were possibly more senior than me. And the person behind me kept doing, oh my God, is this going to take all day? Oh my God, why do they even let these people out? Oh my God, I'm going to be here forever. And she kept getting a little bit louder, just a little bit louder and a little bit louder. And there was a woman that was closest to checking out, that was closest to us. And she was visibly shaking, so it made me think that she had something that, an ailment that was causing her to shake. Not that, she was shaking because of anything she heard. It seemed like it was just what she had. And she was definitely struggling. But the woman behind me, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe that she just kept saying not nice things and getting louder. And I mean, I turned around and just glared at her. And I mean, that's usually enough to scare anybody, just my glare. Anyway, she just was like, what? What? I have the right to say anything I want. Look out, they're taking so long. They shouldn't let these people out. They need to be put on leashes. And I'm like, oh my God, that was it. So the person behind her just said, that's enough. Stop right now. And I was watching the little old lady, I guess I can say, that was struggling. And I could tell she turned and looked at me, looked at us, and she started crying. And it just about broke my heart. I mean, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it because it's like, what? What's happening? So I walked over immediately to, tell her, let me scan your groceries. You get your wallet or whatever. How else can I help you? Let me scan your groceries. Let me help you. She was extremely grateful. I could tell that she was a little flustered and, as anybody would have been, hearing that unkind person and the things that she was saying. So I helped her get everything scanned, get paid, and she moved off. And I should have said before I had just barely started helping her, and then one of the other check stands opened up, and the woman that was behind me, as she walked by, she goes, "Oh my God, bleeding heart." Yeah, maybe I am. Anyway, I scanned my groceries. It made me really upset, but it also made me think, what's wrong? What's happening? It feels like there's just so much more anger and unhappiness and impatience. I mean, maybe it's always been there, and I just am in my own head so much that I don't notice it. But is it just me? Or are people just not as kind? Or maybe there's less of them, or maybe we've given up being kind to each other. I don't know, but I don't like it. And it reminded me that I need to be kinder. I need to be more patient. I need to be more patient with other people, and I need to be more patient with myself. Kindness doesn't take a whole lot of energy. Being, as my grandmother would say, don't be ugly. But being ugly takes a lot more energy than it does to just be nice. And I want to be a nicer person. I want to be less patient. And to me, I need to take that to heart and remember that experience when I start to get impatient about something. So I've ranted for 8 minutes. I hope I've said something that at least makes you think about how we treat each other. So I will leave you with that. I will say, don't forget, we can all do hard things. Get out there and do something hard today, or even think about what hard thing you could do. Be kind to yourself and be kind to each other. And I will see you real soon. Take care. Bye.